I'm Richard.
I'm Heidi.
I'm David.
I'm Matthew.
And we're the Card Game Guys, the internet's premier source for DC deck building game content. This is our first team-up game that we've filmed. We usually actually do play with multiple superheroes, but we wanted to take a little bit of time before we introduce you guys to how we do that. We have them categorized. You can see the link down below in terms of how we sort out our superheroes. At this time, we were using kind of a draft form where you could pick two from the top two categories, elite and very strong, or you can pick any three where no more than one of them are elite or very strong. So we see three of us opted for two of the superheroes, and Doug up there has three with Jay Garrick, Batman, and Poison Ivy. I encourage you to check the link and see how they're categorized. We welcome your feedback at thecardgameguys@gmail.com if you have any opinions on how we have our superheroes categorized. In later videos, you'll see our newer way of picking out team-ups, and I think it's rendered it a little bit more fair.
Yeah, because up to this point you were kind of just like shuffling and everyone would get 5 or 6?
Everyone would get 5. We got 5, and then you get to pick from that to set up your 2 or 3 superheroes. Now, kind of the realization was that the elite heroes were just so strong that nobody would ever not pick an elite if they had it.
Yeah, an elite with another card is super strong.
Yes.
But just an elite by itself versus a strong with another one is much more even.
Yeah, so look for some of our future videos where we will be doing more team-ups, and you'll get to hear how some of those decisions go. In the meantime, we see a lot of weaknesses going around from early Scarecrow play. Definitely shakes things up a little bit on the table.
I just want to say this much about the multiple heroes again.
It.
I like it if you can get the right combination, just because it allows you to do more, to play the characters off of each other, instead of being dependent on one ability that you might not get to use.
Yeah. Like if you watch my game here down in the bottom left corner, I'm playing with the promo Starfire, which only triggers if there are no superpowers in the lineup. You'll notice right now there's a 7-cost superpower in the lineup and nobody's hitting 7. So it's going to be a while before I'm going to get to use that ability at all. So even with 2, I'm still not getting a lot of benefit out of that Starfire. But we're also seeing Insanity going kind of insane from Doug. That early pickup is going to be seen a lot, as you may have guessed from the title of the episode, Team Up Insanity. Because we're teaming up, and Doug's playing Insanity a lot.
And with Jay Garrick, that allows him to cycle his deck very quickly, so then if he can get that Insanity, it's going to be Insanity.
So basically you're seeing it every hand or every other hand almost. At least for a while.
Yeah. Oh, Andrew has a little bit of a hiccup, not realizing that hand means hand, not hand or display button. Yeah, he's definitely been taking advantage of being Rorschach and playing off of everybody else's deck. Which, if you like that, I encourage you to go out and buy the latest crossover pack of Rogues, where every supervillain in that gets the ability to do that via a different mechanic than Rorschach does. But if you like playing cards off of the top of other people's decks, that's the set for you.
Nice villain grab there, David.
The Comedian can be so nice when there's actually attack cards showing up.
Yes. Especially since most attack cards are villains, which synergizes with his other ability.
Plus, if you're buying all the attacks, and for cheaper, then you don't have to worry so much about defenses because the other people don't have the attack cards.
Yep, you've only got to worry about the 9 coming off the supervillain stack. In this game, because there's only 10 supervillains.
And Solomon Grundy is gone.
It hasn't been revealed yet, but it's Clock King is the supervillain. And yeah, that's one that not as bad as it could be, not as quite as brutal as Mr. Freeze, because you don't have to search your discard pile, unlike Andrew, who confuses his discard pile in his hand again. Poor guy.
Well, that's not the worst thing to lose Soul Taker Sword when you have Solomon Grundy, and now destroying starters isn't the worst thing ever.
Yeah, he wants those starters. And there's David realizing, oh wait, I am the comedian. I should draw a card when I get to draw a card. As much as I like the bonus effects, sometimes you just need the benefit of having Brother Blood or something. Getting that +4 big chunk of power.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the card you got there is pretty nice. 2 power and draw 2 cards.
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
I love the Speed Force. And if we can break the fourth wall just a little bit, we actually just recorded the voiceover for our Teen Titans vs. Legion of Superheroes episode 1, in which I also bought the Speed Force.
So when you say you love it, you really love it?
It is a great card. I would pick Ultra Strength over it every time for obvious reasons, but it's a very, very good card.
Anytime you can draw cards and get power, it's nice.
Yes.
And drawing 2 cards, whew.
So now, Richard, I'm assuming just by with you getting that card, you're really hoping that Superboy makes it around to you.
Oh yeah. Because I am Starfire, the promo version, and I don't want there to be superpowers in the lineup, I'm buying a bunch of superpowers, oddly enough.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yes, buying Superboy because he both interacts with superpowers and is a hero to trigger Lex Luthor. That's pretty much exactly what I want. There we see cat-like reflexes coming into its own.
Make sure people don't get to draw good cards.
And that's always one of my favorite things to do, is to cat-like reflexes an attack and then defend against it. Drawing 3 cards off of being attacked with a puny little Harley Quinn is really nice.
And he gets 5, and Superboy. Shock.
I kind of wanted the Starbolt too, but Superboy is definitely the better choice for me right now.
I have to ask, would you have cried if someone else had bought it?
No, I'd have just bought the Starbolt and got an extra card.
Right.
I'd have survived.
What was he revealing that weakness for?
Oh, he was revealing the card that I just gave to him, and he has not been having good luck with his Insanity.
Mm-hmm.
But Insanity, he kind of interacts nicely with his Poison Ivy, because not only can he get rid of 1 card from his hand, he can get rid of 1 possibly off the top of his deck too, which I think is what he was trying to do when he bought the card. And it just has... He's getting rid of cards with it, but he's also getting back weaknesses, which is not what he's trying to do.
Right.
Andrew's like, I don't mind being given a weakness. I can just discard it to play somebody else's top card.
Of course, his hand was just full of punches.
Except for the card that he'd passed.
Right.
Yeah, Scarecrow was a good pickup because we didn't really want David to get another attack card that's that cheap that early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And here's Phobia. Which, if you want to see Phobia being played a lot, go back and watch our video, Phobia! Where we develop an intense fear of that card. Because every time it's played, until you get used to it, you have to look at it like 6 times to figure out exactly what you're supposed to do when you get attacked with it. And there I once again exploit David to draw lots of extra cards.
Did you start to worry about attacking Richard then?
No.
Since it made his hand better?
No, I mean, I like cat-like reflexes, but you still have to have defenses to actually defend for it to be super effective. Although I do like when you cat-like reflex and get a defense on that draw.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, there's nothing quite like thinking, oh, I'm going to attack people. And then it not only doesn't hurt them, it makes their hand better.
Well, cat-like reflexes doesn't defend.
Yeah, it just gets you an extra card. But I did also have super speed to
Right.
defend with. And when it's your turn, and I'm pretty sure you're not having enough to beat the supervillain yet, it's...
Ooh. Now we get getting some cards destroyed.
Yeah, Black Adam can be a little bit brutal.
Although
Another
he came out
superpower.
early enough that nothing terrible happened.
Yeah, not everybody had heroes in their discard pile, so could have gone a lot worse. Man, that early Scarecrow as the Comedian is so strong.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing there, David?
He's pondering a lot.
And there goes Black Adam.
Now, good points for the end, but I'm realizing that card might not be quite as helpful for you.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be mostly trying to play
Villains and
villains and equipment to a lesser extent. So, I mean, that's still going to be, 4 power, 6 power with a starter. It's still a really strong card.
Yeah, you're still getting
It's
a
just
strong
not as
card.
explosive as it can be for some people.
Right. And you're getting the victory points for it, so...
Yeah.
Right, no, I mean, it was the right choice for the end of the game scenario. I'm just more thinking during the game.
It could help other people more, but it's still a helpful card.
Now everybody's getting attacked by multiple scarecrows. Well, at least Doug and I are.
I'm starting to wonder if you guys are going to run out of weaknesses by the end, before this game is over.
Yeah, it's not going to take long for him to be gone.
Yeah, with two of them going, it's not going to be too hard to run out.
and he gets a vulnerability.
It's a good time to have 7.
Not what I would have
Not the
done.
pick I would have made either.
No.
Nope.
I was over here trying to will him to take Lobo.
Lobo's so good.
Like, take Lobo.
Yes, in case you weren't aware, that was our house rule that we have, that if there's a kick in the lineup, you are not allowed to buy one from the kick stack, because that's just extraordinarily rude.
That's Richard's house rule, not my house rule.
Oh, really? You don't play that at your place?
I don't play that at my house.
Does anybody actually buy cards out of the kick stack then?
Yeah?
No, even at your house, I'll buy them out of the lineup just because it's the polite thing to do.
Well, at my house, we tend to play with impossible mode supervillains.
Yeah.
And so when it costs 3 more for each one in the lineup, you don't want to take those kicks.
Sure.
I can kind of see that, but yeah, still, not the rule in our house. Well, it's a nice card game.
Yeah, that's going to be way more victory points than the 2 power I could have played Clock King for was going to get me.
Mm-hmm. And that one, I mean, that superpower that's any color you need it to be, I mean. And I'm blanking on the name after having just seen it.
Channeling the Emotional Spectrum is the card you're thinking of.
Yeah, I'm just saying that card is so helpful to everyone. It doesn't really matter how you're playing.
It really only matters if you're playing a Crisis 2 superhero that goes by color, because it doesn't change the card type. It just changes the color. So like Indigo 1 loves it. Cyborg doesn't care.
Okay.
Madame Xanadu is one of those cards that's always... It seems like it's going to be, really helpful to be able to look at the top card and put it on the bottom of the main deck. But then you never know if that's really something you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I kind of want that card. But if I put it out, then somebody else will buy it. Is kind of the only way you're going to put it on the bottom.
It's nice if you have Cosmic Staff.
Yeah, no, you've got Cosmic Staff, Madame Xanadu all day, every day. But...
Or if you're Shazam.
Oh, and there we see actually Rorschach for Black Adam. A very nice play.
Matthew had a good point there. What if the top card is not a good card and you're playing as Shazam?
Oh, you definitely put it at the bottom.
Yeah, you put it at the bottom.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Is then it's actually a useful card.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Cosmic Staff or as Shazam, that's when you want to have that card.
And a new supervillain.
Mordor the Merciless seems so anticlimactic, though, when you get that attack. You just discard a card that costs 3 or greater. I mean, yeah, you're going to discard something that matters, but you're just discarding it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's destroy.
Yeah.
Those supervillains exist. I hate them.
I mean, it's just slightly less powerful attack than Parasite. Or slightly more powerful. Because they don't get to put a punch back in their hand.
Yeah.
Heat Vision. Good now with all those weaknesses going out, except for that was just David that gained it, wasn't it?
Right, which gives him a little extra boost from it, actually, because somebody else isn't destroying their weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, here I'm finally getting something from Starbolt. That is a T-Wing that I'm playing, so I'm just getting the 2 power.
Do you like playing with T-Wing during the game, or is it just a better card to have at the end if you have a lot of low-cost cards?
I mean, it's 2 power. 2 power is kind of the baseline for a decent card, so it's hard to argue with it. I mean, yeah, it's 6 power for 2, or 6 cost for 2 power, but so is, like we just saw me buying Captain Atom, which is another really strong card. There are lots of cards that you would pay 6 for 2 power with a good secondary effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to Science Cell. I mean, it's 2 power. It's an equipment. It's just
cost 6.
Cost 2 or less cards versus villains, different villains.
Right, but I'm saying you buy it for the end of the game, not necessarily for during the game, although it doesn't, I mean, it does something.
It's like 2 kicks, but in 1 card in a certain sense.
Right.
Ooh, now we see Phobia getting played off of the top of David's deck with Rorschach. Everybody seems very confused about that at this point.
You're still trying to figure out what it does?
No, I think they're just trying to figure out how to sort out playing in order and all that.
And Doug shaking his finger at everyone.
I don't know
Riddler.
who exactly.
Gotta take the Riddler. I always take the Riddler if it's out there.
What if you're Shazam?
Unless I'm Shazam.
David's taking a defense?
So other people can't.
Yeah.
Is that really why you bought it?
It's a big part of it, I'm sure.
I don't like playing that way, that's just me.
Well, and it's a defense. It's always nice to have defenses.
It's hard to complain about not getting hit by attacks.
No, I'm just, when he's doing a lot of the attacking.
Yeah. Like we mentioned earlier, you still have the 9 attacks off of the superhero stack that you have to worry about.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. Inevitably, you don't have the defense card in your hand when they hit.
Yes. That is the luck element of the game. And I've said often that I think this game reaches the perfect balance of luck and strategy. And that's one of the areas where luck is going to be a factor. It's just when your defenses come up relative to when the attacks are.
Yeah.
Seems like he's decided Rorschach on my deck every turn.
It's been working pretty well for him. And usually I've found that that's the way you want a Rorschach, is you pick the person with the fewest bad cards and you just keep hitting them.
Yeah, you don't just go from one person.
You're going to pick wrong if you do that. Ooh. This is my favorite supervillain attack. I really like Hector Hammond. And not just because he just gave me ultra strength.
Man.
Sorry.
That is not right.
Hey, I get 2 weaknesses along with that ultra strength.
Oh, no.
Well, and someone
You're
else...
still gaining a victory point.
And you've got Lobo to destroy 2 cards.
So is Andrew. Yeah, I do have Lobo.
Well, and Doug just got a power ring, which might not matter depending on what's in this deck, but might also be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the weakness stack is gone.
Yeah, so Doug picked the right time to defend against Scarecrow. Passing the last weakness off to Andrew.
Who passes it back? I'm trying to think, what card was he using to even be able to do that?
We got attacked by Phobia,
Okay.
which lets you discard into other players' discard piles if you want.
Did anyone notice that David, when he had to reveal the top card of his deck, it was a supervillain?
I noticed that, yes. Which definitely triggers the power ring being worth 3 power.
Slightly.
Ooh, here we go. Trigon. That's the attack that you want to fear.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta pray you have a 2 or 3.
Andrew loses a supervillain. Ouch.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't think anybody's complain about losing Madame Xanadu or Harley Quinn when somebody else is losing Cheshire.
Now where's Black Lantern Power Ring?
Yeah. Yeah, especially since I had Superboy in my hand when I got that Ultra Strength. That makes that much better.
2 good cards for you.
Yeah.
With all the superpowers I've got, Metropolis is really good, and of course,
Power Girl.
Power Girl as
Draw an
Lex
extra
Luthor
card.
is pretty much perfect.
Yep. Cost 5, 2 victory points, plus 3 power, and you get to draw an extra card next turn.
And now Doug gets confronted. He's like, what are you doing discarding a card and then drawing another card? Because we've forgotten that he's Jay Garrick because we're so used to him using, Poison Ivy or Batman. And he's getting very indignant.
I'm not cheating.
This is why we don't use the live audio in our video.
Oh, Doug's polite. Just very insistent.
And after all that, he has 4 power.
Hey man, Parasite's a good card.
I hate when other people get Parasite.
Oh, now he's trying somebody else. Oh, he just gets a punch. See? Just go with David. Ooh, only 2 power. That's rough.
Yeah, losing that supervillain probably really hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Doomsday.
Pretty sure David does not want that card. Indigo 1.
Oh,
Indigo
yeah.
Tribe. Yeah.
Tribe.
Yeah. That's kind of counterproductive for him. Where am I going to find something to destroy out of my disc? Oh, that's right. Somebody's been giving me a boatload of weaknesses.
So you're saying you're going to take it? Especially as Lex Luthor? Ooh, I don't know. Maybe you're going to leave it to take Trigon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Hellspawn's not a very popular one with Heidi. She doesn't like losing her locations. Fortunately, she's not in this game.
That was not so bad. It only happens once.
I just shuffled my deck, so it's going to be a while before I get that back out there.
Yeah.
What is the card that I absolutely...
Killer Frost.
Thank you. I would burn that card if Richard would let me. I just feel like by the time you work and work and work to get a location out, having it gone when someone has that card in their hand and they're consistently playing it. Oh.
Yeah, we did have a couple bad games right after that came out where somebody was just getting it every other turn. And you couldn't keep a location on the table. It was brutal. Not a bad time for 7, honestly. Lots of good choices there. Almost spoiled for choice.
So he can't decide.
Demon Etrigan.
Well, no, he can decide. Ooh. He's just going to take 7.5 seconds to do it. So I'm not going to edit any of the waiting out.
Come on, David this time. Yes.
See, there you go. Hector Hammond. Always pick David.
Well, in this game at least.
Yeah. When you try to go anywhere else, things aren't going to go quite so good for you.
And David's like, I'm glad I have that card. I know where it is. I'm going to have it either this turn or next turn.
Yeah, and he draws 2 supervillains out of that. That's, yeah, hard to complain about that. Yeah, when your deck's getting small, that's when you really want to hit that Mordru the Merciless and shuffle all of your non-starters, non-weaknesses back in.
Mm-hmm.
And take the supervillain.
And you know he's going to have a good hand, too, next turn.
Sinestro. That one can be brutal. And I, as Lex Luthor, have reason to be afraid of it, but not this turn. Nope, I've got 3 vulnerabilities in my hand instead.
Yeah, it still could have hurt.
Yeah. No, Sinestro is a very bad supervillain to face as your Lex Luthor. Oh, good. A 7-cost superpower.
It's
going to
be
triggering Starfire.
Well, Snapshot was already out there too.
Shapeshift, yes.
Shapeshift, that.
Another insanity. Doug's driving us all out of our mind. Doug noticed I gave him another weakness. And he's giving it right back.
Yeah, he's hoping that you can Lobo enough so that you don't have any of those weaknesses left.
I never know what to do with that red power ring.
Yeah, the Red Lantern Power Ring is one of the hardest cards to play.
I like to save that till the very end of my turn. Do I need power? Do I not need power?
Yeah. When you're going to be okay with destroying something for its power.
Or if somewhere along the way you know that you have a weakness on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you don't know, and you could destroy a really good card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you going to do? You flip up 2 supervillains. That is a dark day for the Red Lantern Corps.
Well, you're pretty much going to get another supervillain after that.
That's true, yes.
You're just trading supervillain for supervillain. Mind control hat. And David, that costs you 1 less. Because you are the comedian.
Yes.
See, David knows how to play with Hector Hammond. You set up your 2 cards you want back before you start your turn. Put them on top of your discard pile. And below that is the card you're going to get back with the bat signal. Oh, but he didn't prepare for Superboy. He had to dig for that. You were so close to having this turn set up properly. Ooh, Scarecrow. Oh, wait. We're all out of weaknesses.
And you guys are just trading vulnerabilities back and
Yep,
forth.
because I figured Doug's in the best situation to beat me, and Doug figures I'm in the best situation to beat him. So if we're going to stick somebody, it's going to be each other.
I don't know. Andrew and David are taking quite a few supervillains.
Not sure why David took a kick over Scythe. Scythe would have only cost him 2.
Ooh, Captain Cold.
Yeah, now what you want to see is the last supervillain. Can't really leverage anything to try to beat him.
Unless you're the one person with the defense in your hand.
That's true, yes.
Yes.
That's exactly when you want to see him up as the last supervillain. Well, now I should thank David for not taking Scythe, because that let me gain an extra victory point on my turn.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And that's the game.
Yep.
Didn't seem
Dramatic
very
ending.
true.
Those last few supervillains went pretty quick.
I'm intrigued to see who wins, because I really don't know. I think David is, but...
I felt like it did well.
Nope, Richard did.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be that kind of a blowout. I thought Doug was doing a lot better than he ended up being.
No, I was watching Andrew's hand and I thought he had it.
He kept getting nice cards off of my deck.
Yeah, if he could have kept the Cheshire, too, that would have been a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
6
after
points.
losing that.
Yeah.
That would have tied you.
Yeah, that would have mattered right there. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Come back and watch our videos again soon. We are the Card Game Guys. Come play with us.